Hey everyone, Quickshot14 here. Welcome back to Minecraft LP. First, again, my apologies. If I cough in your face, I told you this cough would last a while, and, well, it still is. So anyway, we are back in Minecraft. Our tour is over. So let's get back to some work. And I've decided the first thing we're going to do is work on Station Primary. It's a pretty big thing to do here. Because unlike the other stations where we have a single platform with a single destination or an arrival, this is going to have a single arrival point and multiple destinations from the same platform. If you've ever seen a lot of subway videos or train videos on YouTube, you've probably seen stations like we're going to kind of do here. Obviously, this is not the way it's going to look. And before we really decide our design and how we're going to figure things out, the first thing we got to figure out is where the exchange or the switch tracks for each destinations and everything is going to be. Now we're kind of lucky and kind of not lucky because we're actually, of course, right inside of the cave system, the front entrance cave system. And why do I hear no sound? Do you guys hear that? There's like nothing. Is that me? It was me. Darn headset got turned down. Anyway, I mean, this is a dead end, pretty much. So, this is going to work to my favor. So, that's good. There we are. I hear some water up there, though. Interesting. And probably my front entrance. But, over here is a little more iffy. To see what we can do with that. But, yeah, the biggest thing to figure out first is the path. Now we know we have at least two destinations that are going over here, and that's these two tracks here. This one track goes to substation spawn. This track's going to go to, of course, to substation caverns or zombie farm or whatever I'd call it. So what we're going to do here is there's going to be a couple ways these tracks are going to work. We're going to have an outtake track and an intake track. The outtake track has the switch that comes out from the exit of the platform. So when you're departing, you flip your destination switch, you hop in the cart, you go. And then it goes out that outtake, and then it merges into the actual track. Gets boosted and merges in, blah, blah, blah. The intake comes in, and it's going to come down and meet with other intakes into a single track, which brings it over to arrival. Now, in order to try and maximize our boosters, I've decided that the intake is actually going to go down a level, so it's actually going to be underneath a lot of this stuff, kind of in the works, and then come up towards the end here, towards the arrival platform. But like I said, because of that, the arrival and the outtake are pretty much in near the same location. Excuse me. So it's very important we decide on where that is. It's not going to be exactly here, obviously, because this is where the track actually goes out. Now, where the arrival and the departing is not set in stone. This is I could move. I mean, there's plenty of room for this platform here to be moved, which is good because I need to figure out where I'm going to put the actual switches at. But as to the actual outtake and whatnot, and the booster and all that, right here is going to have to be moved. I'm trying to decide, because we have multiple ways to go. I mean, obviously, I know I'm taking way too much time trying to explain this, but I just want you guys to understand the dilemma here and why this is so important. Because we have these two starting destinations but we also have other possible destination we're going to have. There's going to be at least one other destination I know of for sure, and that will be up to Central Station, and that's that way. So it's a totally opposite direction. The good news is each switch we could pretty much have up to 4 destinations. Each switch turns, one way or the other. So if it's turned one way, that's a switch. If it's turned the other way, that's a switch. So making the switches shouldn't be too difficult. It's, like I said, just deciding where they're going to go. So I guess the first thing to do is clean up this track because it's totally in the way. So I'm just going to move it. I brought all my iron here. I'm cooking quite a bit more. I'm just going to go to the booster right now. I brought a lot of materials that are in that chest there by the workbench and the platform here. And we're going to get this party started. Well, since I don't know how big the platform is, I really got to decide on this. Because the platform is going to be a lot bigger than it is right now, obviously, because we need room for mechanics and everything. But I do need to figure out this intake, outtake area, or switch for these, at least these first two. Otherwise, it really won't matter. Alright. So there we go. Picked up all that track. I'm going to go ahead and just pick up this track too. So I'm thinking of putting, a lot of this stuff just might go. I'm just going to pick up all this track here. And we'll just have the tracks kind of like that. Alright, quite happy with that. So it's obvious that the outtake here is going to be like right in here, obviously, somewhere. So where we're going to have our actual switches is a very good question. We've got our tracks over here, and I don't want to change that much. But as to where that choice is made, that's probably going to change a little. So I'm actually going to extend this a little. Shit. Gotta be careful here. Keep forgetting. Ugh. Luckily that wasn't too much damage, but damn, man. Kinda hurt. Alright, let me get back up there. I guess I'll have to take this way. Ugh, gotta watch that. Oh wait, here's a hallway right here. Damn. Scared the shit out of me. Alright. Gotta watch that. Temporary light right there. Alright, so in order to do this switch, we're gonna kinda iron this out a little. Mainly I'm trying to get more room here. There. Whoa. There we go. That'll work. So we kind of have the area for the switch track around here, and honestly this is kind of where it's going to be at. So what's going to happen is the train comes out of the platform into here, and then somewhere over here is where it's going to meet its switch tracks. At least the first two possible choices. And since I'm not exactly sure how exactly that's going to go, careful. We're just going to kind of improvise. I want to make sure I give it plenty of room, you know. So something like this. It's important I figure out how this works because I also have to do the switch tracks with the redstone as well, and I need to make sure there's plenty of room for all that. Right now there's only real two destinations, either substation spawn or substation zombie farm. You know, there's nothing else right now, so that kind of works in our favor. But it's got to be modular. It's got to be able to expand. Alright, I think that's as best as I'm going to get it. I'm going to take this down a notch. There we go. Alright. That gives a little bit of space. Not a ton. For the switch. Because basically the redstone for the switch is probably going to come underneath it. It'll probably just be easier that way. It just depends on where the intake's at. I'm really hoping there's enough room for some, an intake or whatever here. Well, we need to expand this platform anyway, so I'm going to do that. Because there's definitely not enough room for everything that needs to go here. Look at all that crap. A whole bunch of spiders above our head too. It's just wonderful. I'm trying to think in my head while I'm going through this, guys, of exactly how this is going to work. I know, I mean, the substation was alright, and we got it working, but it was a little too complicated, a little too diverse. I'm going to try to make it a little simpler, hopefully. But the station is very different. We are going to have probably another Pez dispenser, like a minecart system here, just because it works so well. and it's preferred for a station like this. And that should help a lot, to be honest. Alright, so we've extended the platform, the area out here pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and just cap this off for now. There we go. You hear walking? There's got to be some spiders above us. Now we know the platform entrance and exit cannot be that close. They're just too close. So we might as well move them. Where I'm going to move them, I'm not sure. I mean, I got to think about all kinds of different factors here. I'm not even sure where the actual switches are going to go. It might actually go up against this wall over here. This one. Or even the other one. It's hard to say. You know, I might actually have to bring the platform down a notch too. To see. Have to see. Don't know why. Whoops. I just put that there when I'm going to break it out again.